Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmach Live. And in the science live stream, we are going to talk about something called lunar saber. And what is this strange object called lunar saber? Probably whoever named this lunar saber must have been a fan of Star Wars because you have this lightsaber there. But this one is real. This one is called lunar saber, and this will help mankind to establish themselves on the surface of the moon. And this is a very strange device. It's very innovative, and this is going to solve a lot of mankind issues when they are stationed on the surface of the moon. Before we proceed further, a word on our sponsor. This stream is sponsored by Mintra, and if you are fond of exclusive fashion, exclusive designer party wear, please click on the link given in the description below and do check them out. All right. Now let's proceed further. What is this lunar saber? Lunar saber is nothing but a tower of light. Let me explain this lunar saber. It's going to be a huge tower erected around the habitation on the surface of the moon, and the length of the tower or the height of the tower would be at least 100 meters. So from the moon standard, 100-meter tower is going to be very huge. It's a big deal. But what problems it solves? First of all, we know that the moon goes around Earth in a set orbit, and when it goes around Earth, it has a cycle of 14 Earth days equal to 1 day on moon, and 14 Earth nights equal to 1 night on moon. So if you are basically having a establishment on the surface of the moon, the humans would need sunlight, but for 14 days they will be in constant sunlight. But once the moon gets into the dark phase, then then it will be eternal light for 14 days. Considering these things, we must look at how we are going to survive on the surface of the moon during the night, because there will be no sun and there will be no power to basically lit the light for communication, also for transmission, for growing food, everything. So for 14 days we need to look at. So one of the proposal is this, which is called the lunar saber, erecting a huge tower in the middle of the colony, and once the moon becomes dark, the tower will actually the top of the tower will still get some sunlight, and it will start powering the colony, and it will actually make sure that the human needs are taken care. All right. So this is in nutshell, the tower of light, as it is called, because once you have a huge tower erected on the surface of the moon, you can also save electricity by just putting 1 or 2 huge lights, which can actually create sort of a day environment for the human colony. So that is why this is also known as tower of light. But it is not simply a lamppost. It will be much more than that. So let's proceed further. What this lunar saber will be able to do is, it will be able to integrate all the infrastructure, which is power generation, transmission of electricity through wireless modes, or communicating between 2 colonies of the moon, and make sure that the solar power is available for the colonies. In case something goes wrong, the SOS messages can be sent out, and therefore this is something which is very important. Sorry for this interruption. There was a call in my office. All right. So this integrated infrastructure will be able to create a sort of ecosystem. So it's not only a simple tower. And then initially, when you put the solar cells on the surface of the moon, then they will require a lot of space. But then if you put some sort of contraption on the tower, then it will have better ability to capture the sunlight and convert that sunlight into electricity. So this solar or the lunar saber is going to integrate a lot of infrastructure, probably heat, cold transmission. The imagination can run wild when we think about this kind of device. So there's another software which is required to control all of these things, and the name given to the software is Diablo Technologies. Diablo Technologies basically is a software which will which will integrate all the colony, infrastructure resources into this tower. So this tower, the Lunar Saber, will become lifeline for the entire lunar colony, because they will depend on Lunar Saber tower for not only light but also electricity, and also maybe water purification, because this is going to be a huge structure. It's not going to be a simple tower. It will be like a skyscraper. It will be like a multi-story 100-meter tall building on the surface of the moon, and then it will do a lot of things for the humans colony, which are at the ground level. So the Diablo technology will actually create a software. There is a separate company which is going to create software to control all resources all machinery within the Lunar Saber. All right, so that is why this is being talked about. And the ability of the Lunar Saber, once it becomes completely operational, is that during the night time it will gather so much light that it will be able to convert your night into day. So then humans can continue to work on the surface of the moon without worrying about whether we are going to live how we are going to live for 14 days when it is dark. So it won't matter, because Lunar Saber will be able to create a scenario where there will be enough energy available, because this is like protruding outwards, and it will actually start getting the sunlight over the horizon, which on the surface may not come. And in any case, Lunar Saber may be very useful if you are basically having a setup in the polar region, where most likely there are a lot of craters where the sunlight never reaches the bottom of the craters. So if you actually set up the lunar colony in one of these craters, then in any case you need something which will bring the electricity back into the colony. So the Lunar Saber has the ability to turn your night into day, look at your energy requirements, and also act as a communication hub, whether communicate directly with Earth, or communicate between the colonies, different colonies, or basically monitor the outer space also. So there could be many devices that can be put on this tower, which is now dubbed as the Lunar Saber. So this is going to create a very easy, simple infrastructure for the people living in the lunar colony, because this is simply because with one large power center in the colony, lot of infrastructure can be built, because then humans don't have to worry about how I'm going to power my home, how I'm going to survive, how my water and oxygen will be produced, because all that will be taken care. And you can take all of these things into your lunar home, as a service. So you can take electricity, you can take water, you can take oxygen, you can take food, all coming through the central tower. So this will actually pave the way for the next prosperity which will come, which will basically originate in the lunar colony. So this is something which is a very, very important piece of equipment which is going to be coming your way, especially in next 10 to 15 years. We know that Artemis mission is on schedule. This is going to be the third version of Artemis, which is Artemis 3, is going to be putting a man on the moon for long term. And before this Artemis 3 actually goes to the moon, we need to solve the power issue, we need to solve the food issue also. So I think the Lunar Saber will be able to solve one of the problems, and then it will lead to the next problem, which is the food. A lot of experiments are going on about growing food on the surface of the moon, but then if there is no water, no oxygen, no electricity, how you will grow the food? So I think Lunar Saber is a very novel idea. There may be more ideas also which may be coming out, but this is something which is right now on the drawing table and being considered by the scientists, astrophysicists very seriously. So friends, what do you think about this? If you have any thoughts and opinion, please do not forget to write back. and I will catch you again in the next one.